Have you ever heard or thought that Christianity is a cult? In today's episode, that's what we're going to be talking about, so let's get it. All right, so how we're going to determine whether Christianity is a cult or not today is we're going to go through a list of 12 questions, and I'm going to answer all of those questions based off of Christianity, and then we're going to see if Christianity really is a cult or not. So I want to get into the first thing, which is the definition of cult. So let me read it out to you. It says, a relatively small group of people having beliefs or practices, especially relating to religion, that are regarded by others as strange or sinister, or as imposing excessive control over members. Okay, and then the example for the definition is a network of Satan worshiping cults. Now, you think about that for a second. What the definition I just gave you, people actually do think Christianity is a cult. So this is an actual question that we're going to go through. So, but to start, I think Christianity deserves a point for the definition of what a cult is, because the only description it actually fits in the definition is it's a religion. So I don't feel like you look at Christianity and think of something sinister, or it tries to like coerce people into doing stuff they don't want to do. It's all optional, and so I feel like Christianity deserves a point for this one, for just the definition to start off. But now we're going to go into question 1, which is, does it have a central authoritative leader, a single leader or very small group of leaders who is viewed as uniquely special, unquestionable, or above normal criticism? In the Bible of Christianity, yes, it does. It has Jesus, and if you want to count it as a small group of the Trinity, it has 3, which is Jesus, the Holy Spirit, and God. Now, for you, whether it's Jesus or the Trinity, we're going to continue to question 2. And before I start into question 2, I just want to let you know that this list is not all affected by the bad things that happen in the church from sinful believers or anything like that. So like if you ever had church trauma over someone trying to force you to be a Christian, I'm not judging this list based off of those types of people. I'm only judging it based off the core Christian belief. Okay, so any of that is put aside, and I'm just focusing on Christianity itself, not the messed up things that have happened. So let's continue on to the list. Question 2 is Christianity have strong control over members' lives? The group attempts to control behavior, thoughts, relationships, beliefs, or major life decisions. I think, does it try to control? I don't think Christianity tries to control people. It just gives you the option, say, hey, you follow this or you follow this, and you either go to hell or you go to heaven. And it's not, because in the Bible, in the Bible of Christianity, God does not say you must follow me. He says you have the choice to follow me. I want you to make the choice to follow me, but you don't have to. But if you do not follow me, you will go to hell. Does it try to have those over you? No, but it tells you to follow those and gives you the option to follow those, not coercing you into it and making you do it. So I think that's another point towards Christianity. Now going into question 3, which is isolation from external influence. Members are encouraged to avoid outsiders, critics, or anyone who might change the group's teaching. No, I don't think so. That's why there's so many divisions in the church. And so if you find any good teacher of the Bible, they will have a conversation with you about why they believe something and won't shy away from telling you why it's the truth. And so I think this would be a point for the Christianity, because, well, I don't think it doesn't ever encourage people to stay away from outside people who are not Christian. I think a lot of Christians go among a lot of non-Christians, but the difference is that Christians won't do the same things that non-Christians do, whether it's, doing something that they don't agree with, like drinking alcohol or cursing, or, doing things that they know from their Bible that they should not do. So that's a point to Christianity. And now we're going to go into question 4, which is claims of exclusive truth. The group insists it alone has the truth, the answers, the correct worldview, and everyone else is wrong or deceived. Question 4, I would say, goes to the cult because, yes, Christianity claims to be the absolute truth. And the Bible, Jesus says in the Bible that he is the way, the truth, and the life. So, if in that case, then yes, the Bible claims to be the absolute truth and that you cannot go anywhere in life without God, or like you can't go to heaven without Jesus. So, yes, I would say 1 point to the cult. Now let's go on to question 5, which is love bombing. High initial acceptance. New members are overwhelmed with attention, support, or affection to make the group seem uniquely welcome. So again, we're sticking to the Bible core. So I would say no, it does not do that because Jesus in the Bible teaches both that he loves you like unconditionally, but also there's this you will get what you get if you're not accepting the sacrifice I gave you. So if you're not going to accept that Jesus died on the cross for your sins, then you will not go to heaven and you will pay the punishment because you decided not to accept the free gift of God. So I would say there's no love bombing if we're sticking to Jesus's teaching and the teaching of the Bible and not external Christians who mess up the word and everything. So I would say that's a point towards Christianity. Now for question 6, which is fear, guilt, or shame as control. Members are kept in line through emotional manipulation, warnings of judgment, consequences, punishment, or being cut off. I no, I wouldn't say because the members don't do that, and if you left Christianity, no one's gonna be like you're going to hell or anything, trying to like get you to come back by telling you you're going to go to hell. So I would say that this one's pretty much a Christian point because yeah, Christianity gets a point for this one because I don't feel like the members or the Bible try to coerce you. God always says, it's your choice to follow me or not to follow me. So now going on to question 7. Discouraging or cutting off family and friends. Members are pressured to limit or sever relationships with people outside the group. No. People are not. We're actually, Christians are encouraged to go out and meet people where they're at and to like preach the word to them, tell them about the good news of Jesus, not to, exclude them from the faith. So I'd give that a point to Christianity again. So now going on to question number 8. No room for questions or doubt. Questioning leadership, teachings, or rules is discouraged or punished. Actually, no, it's not because, just like in my church, if you, after the service, he'll be like, if you guys have any questions, come up and talk to me afterwards. So you're not going to be shamed because you have a question of like, like if it was how the world was made or how God is the only being in the universe. Questions like that, no one's going to stray away from that unless they're not, with it. Okay, but going on to question 9, which is heavy demands on members could be money, time, labor, loyalty, or giving up personal freedom for the group. Actually, I would say yes, because there's things that God calls us to do, like sharing the word, which takes up time. Sometimes it takes up money if you're dedicated. Um, God calls us to help in the church. So if you're helping in the church, that takes up time. Sunday, just going on Sunday, takes up time. So finally, we can give another one to the cult that it is a cult. If this is a classification for it. Now going on to question 10, which is us versus them mentality. The group creates a division between members and outside world, viewing outsiders as dangerous, corrupt, or misled. No, Christianity doesn't do that. The Muslims do that, but not Christianity. Christianity does not view people outside as dangers or anything to Christianity or the world or anything. If anything, it's more like, oh, they don't know about the good news of Jesus and I want to teach them type of thing. It's never oh, they're dangerous. Oh, no one should associate with them. Stuff like that. And then now going on, so that's a point for the Christians or Christianity. And now going on to question 11, which is suppression of individuality. Members may be pressured to adopt identical lifestyles, clothing, language, routines, or beliefs. I'm gonna give this point to the cult because yes, I think that I mean, I don't know about suppressing individuality exactly, but I think you do adopt a certain lifestyle, which is not doing sinful things. And I don't know about clothing, that doesn't really track, or language. I don't That doesn't track either. So I think it's a half and half split. I think a half point would go to cult and a half point would go to Christianity because I think it does give you a certain lifestyle that you live, and it changes your routine on things and your beliefs, because you do your devotions in the morning as a Christian, and you do stuff like that, and you have different routines now, or maybe it's helping at the church. That's part of your routine. So I think, yeah, it does change. So I'm gonna give a half point to cult, half point to Christianity. And then for the final question, which is difficulty leaving. Members who try to leave face fear tactics, emotional manipulation, harassment, or social consequences. No, I don't. There's no evidence that in the Bible or anything like that people have a difficulty leaving the church. People will just walk out of the church all the time. People say, I'm not a Christian anymore. Maybe it's because I got hurt, during, like someone treated me wrong in the church or anything like that. You have no problem leaving. Like, it's not like oh no, if I leave, I'm going to get hurt or something like that. It's never like that. And so I don't think it's difficult to leave. That's another point towards Christianity, which I think leaves us at a pretty good number of Christianity is definitely not a cult at this point. And so we have figured that out through these questions. These questions were not my own questions. So they were all brought up through other sources and not Christian sources at all. So I think we can 100%, not 100%, because some of the questions that go towards cult, but we can pretty much say that Christianity is not a cult. It doesn't fit that description at all. So if you liked this episode, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone you know. And I'll see you next Sunday.